welcome to Hilltop Acres.
What are we going to make today, JL?
Elderberry syrup.
Elderberry syrup. Some of the uses for elderberry syrup can be, it's yummy on waffles, it's yummy on pancakes, it's great on ice cream. But from a medicinal standpoint, elderberry syrup is an excellent antiviral to help fight against the seasonal flu or colds. When you already have a cold, it's very good to take to help you fight it and beat it. If you're just feeling kind of punky, it's a good pick-me-up. Elderberries are good for colds, sinusitis, soothing to hay fever. So there's a lot of uses, and very good in the wintertime when you're kind of always fighting those seasonal colds and flus, or just being indoors and fighting the molds and dust and stuff that are indoors. Mia, can you tell us what the ingredients or the recipe for elderberry syrup is?
The recipe for elderberry syrup is 1/2 cup dried elderberries, 1 cinnamon stick, 5 cloves, a tablespoon of grated ginger, 2 cups water, and 1 cup maple syrup, or you can use honey, or you can use glycerin.
Okay. Can you girls tell me at all the different properties? Why would we use, say, honey or maple syrup or glycerin? Girls, what did you think about the elderberry syrup that we made using glycerin? Be honest.
I thought it was kind of yucky.
Yeah, it was hard to take, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Glycerin, vegetable glycerin, is very, very sweet. I mean, it works to make your syrups, tinctures, things like that you're giving to little ones that you don't want to use alcohol for. But quite honestly, it wasn't really very good. It was hard to take. So that changes that option. Of course, there's always white sugar as an option, but if you're trying to fight a sickness or prevent sickness, you really don't want to use white sugar. So then that takes us back to, do we want to use honey or maple syrup? Honey is great, except I'm using it on little people, and even cooked honey you don't want to use on babies. And because I'll be using it as an antiviral also for my baby, we chose maple syrup as being the best option. Plus, you can get your maple syrups and your honeys, locally grown, wild from a local farmer or a neighbor, and that's just the best way to go about it. So we are choosing, as our sugar in our syrup, we are choosing to use maple syrup. Okay, the first thing that you want to do is to put your dried elderberries, 1/2 cup of your dried elderberries, into your saucepan. Now, we've chosen the dried elderberries simply because we haven't found wild elderberries to pick yet in our area, although they do grow in all 50 states and in Canada, so it's just an issue of finding a source. So we get ours from Bulk Herb Store, wonderful place to get your herbs. We get most of our herbs from there. So you're going to use 1/2 cup of the dried, 1 cup of the fresh. So next we're going to put our water into the saucepan. Good job, 2 cups of water. And then we want to put in our cinnamon stick and our cloves. Just put 1 cinnamon stick and 5 cloves. For this recipe, I will not be doing the grated ginger. We don't have anybody that's sick, so we're just doing this as a preventative. We're just doing this for fun to put on our pancakes and things like that. But if you're sick, it is good and soothing for the throat just to add that tablespoon of grated ginger. Now we are going to put this on the stove, and we are going to bring it to a boil, and we're going to bring it to a boil, then we're going to turn it down and let it simmer and cover it up until it's reduced by about 1/2, so that's going to take about 20 minutes or a 1/2 hour. Now we've got it on the stove, and we're going to bring it to a boil. I'm stirring it right now, but we're just going to bring it to a boil and then turn it down to a simmer once it's boiling good.
Just to a good boil, and now we're going to cover it, and we're going to turn it down. Okay, now this is boiled down enough.
Okay, now that Mia has got it boiled down enough, you want to strain the liquid. You can use a jelly bag or a strainer. I just like to use cheesecloth. So what we're going to do, girls, can you hang on to that? Keep that cheesecloth. No, hang on to it down here. It's okay. Yeah. And then keep your hands back because this is very hot. Okay, Jay, I'll move this hand here, sweetie, okay? Here we go. And we're going to put that down into that cheesecloth. Do the berries look the same, girls, or do they look different?
Different.
How do they look different?
Because we cooked them.
But what about them looks different? They look softer and fuller, don't they?
Yeah.
Instead of being real hard. And then what we're gonna do, Mama will hold this for you 1 second, and then you girls can squeeze the juices out of there. Let me set this aside out of the way. Now I'll hold this. Anna, go ahead and take that spoon and squeeze that yummy juice out of there. There you go.
Will I squeeze the rest?
Yep, you'll get to squeeze some too. Good. You know what, let me take that cinnamon stick out of there because it might work a little bit better. That cinnamon stick's not right anyway. Okay, now JL, you want to get your turn? What do you think? Okay, here, now I'm just going to twist a little bit. The art of twisting the juice out of... Look at how much is still in there. Can you believe that? That's why I like
Can I
cheese.
help you squish it?
It's very hot, sweetie. But that's why I like using cheesecloth, because... I like using cheesecloth because you can really squeeze the juices out. Boy, that's hot though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Looks very rich.
Yeah, it does. Antioxidants. It's full of antioxidants and good for you stuff. Okay. All right. Now, Anna, if you... Yeah, hold on 1 second. Okay, if you want to... Sorry.
No, you're
okay,
fine.
go ahead and pour that in. And JL, can you stir that while we're pouring that syrup in? Would you just stir that up? Careful, girls, because it's still hot. Stir it in there really good. Go ahead, Anna. Pour it in there, baby.
I want to do it.
Okay. That's it. Slow down, honey. It's still hot.
Can I do it now?
JL, let your sissy do it now. You can either, okay, Mommy's going to pour it in the jars. If you just put it in a jar and seal it, then it is good for 2 or 3 weeks in the refrigerator, or you can pressure can it at 10 pounds pressure for 25 to 30 minutes, and it's good on the shelf for a year. Again, you can have it on pancakes, or just, if you're using it for medicinal reasons, a tablespoon a day for an adult to ward colds off. A tablespoon an hour or every 2 hours if you are in the thick of being sick. So then you just really want to flood your system. For little people, we do 2 teaspoons, and I give my baby about 1/4 teaspoon. And then it also makes a great gift. And there we have elderberry syrup. What do you girls think?
I like it.
You like it? Is that pretty? Does it taste good?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Say bye.
Bye.